Hey guys, welcome in. My name is Dr. Benedetto, and in this video today, we're talking thyroid, right? Thyroid disease in this country, in my opinion, one of the most poorly managed conditions, probably in all of healthcare, to be honest with you. Very poorly managed. Now, why do I say that? Well, here's what happens, right? You go into your doctor with all the classic symptoms, right? Classic thyroid symptoms. You can't lose weight, so you have resistance to weight loss. You're constipated, hair's falling out all over the place, cold all the time, fatigue, brain fog, anxiety, depression, you name it, right? You wake up tired, but you can't sleep, right? Starting to check all the boxes. So what happens then, right? So what does your doctor do for you? They run some blood work, right? So they run some blood work. One of two things is going to happen. Number one, you're going to have normal labs, right? Now, your doctor's probably only doing a TSH screening, right? A thyroid stimulating hormone TSH screening. So that's going to come back normal. You don't have a problem, right? Nothing wrong with your thyroid. Or it's going to come back abnormal, right? Typically that TSH number is going to be high. So what are they going to do? Oh, you have hypothyroidism, which is a low thyroid or a underactive thyroid. Here's pills. Here's levothyroxine. Here's Synthroid, chemical, synthetic stuff, right? Take this. We'll recheck your levels in 6 weeks, right? Now, and many of you watching this right now have already had that play out. That scenario plays out. That is what happens in mainstream Western medicine in the United States of America. Now, what I need you to understand about thyroid disease in the United States, and if you take nothing else away from this video today, understand, please, this key concept. And that is 9 out of 10 times, 90% of the time, thyroid dysfunction is autoimmune. It's an autoimmune condition. It's something called Hashimoto's. So it's your immune system that's the problem, not necessarily the thyroid, right? The immune system is attacking the thyroid. That's the problem. So you're on the synthetic stuff, right? You're on the meds, you're on the Synthroid, levothyroxine, Tyrosint, whatever they give you. So in that case, then you have about a 10% chance of success, right? You have about a 90% chance of failure because those medications are going to do nothing to actually address the underlying cause, which is Hashimoto's. So we have to look deeper. We have to look at the immune system, all right? Now, who am I? Why should you listen to me, right? My name is Dr. Ray Benedetto. I've been in practice for over 20 years now and have helped thousands of patients get well with functional medicine. Really, in the last 12 years, I've been specializing primarily in Hashimoto's. You can Google me. You'll find me. I'm not hard to find. I practice here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. I have a Hashimoto's Facebook group with well over 16,000 people at this point. You'll find my website. You'll find I do this. This is what I do. Now, why do I do this, right? It all started about 12 years ago when my wife, who I practice with, we met in school. We have practiced together with 3 children. My wife, after the birth of our 3rd child, started coming down with all the symptoms, right? So that I just rattled off, right? Fatigue and hair loss and weight gain and cold all the time. So we ran the labs, ran the tests. What do you know? She had Hashimoto's. We ran the antibody testing, which we'll get to. She had it. So I said, all right, we got to figure out how to fix this. Like, we got to figure out how to treat this. We were getting the same answer from medicine that I'm sure you've gotten before, the same scenario I just played out. Here's your pills. See you next time. So we searched far and wide. I went to every seminar I could go to. I found every mentor I could find. I studied everything I could find on how to treat the cause, the Hashimoto's, naturally, right? And so we got her better, and it has basically been the focus of my professional life ever since that time. It's now the mission. That's why you're watching this video right now, is I'm trying to get to as many people as I can to help them with Hashimoto's. So, but we got to dig. Covering it up with medicines and treating symptoms is not going to fix the problem. We got to dig. We got to work towards fixing the root, discovering the root of the problem and fixing the problem, right? If you have a problem with your car, the check engine light comes on, do I just put a piece of electrical tape over it? And no, I take it to the mechanic, I pay the mechanic, hook this up to your computer doodad, figure out what's wrong with it, and fix it, right? And that's what we need, and doctors don't do that. It's a failed approach, and it's unfortunate. It's frustrating to me still to this day because it's totally treatable, okay? So what it does is it boils down to a simple, not necessarily an easy, but a simple two-pronged approach. Number one, we identify the autoimmune condition, and we identify the Hashimoto's as the cause. Okay. Now, we need to do some investigation to look for the root causes of the Hashimoto's. Why is my immune system attacking me? It's not supposed to do that, right? And that's when we start looking at things like hormone imbalances, food sensitivities, gut issues, chronic infections, you name it, right? So there's a lot of different things then we might need to look for. Genetic mutations, you may have heard of things like MTHFR mutations, those kinds of things. So we got to dig for the individual and figure out, okay, which of those root causes are at play for them. And then we got to put some treatment in place, which is going to be diet, nutrition, lifestyle, stress management, all that kind of stuff. Put some treatment in place that's going to address those individual root causes that we identify. And so we got to look for stuff, and then we got to fix stuff. And with the goal being, let's get the autoimmune condition into remission, right? So we have to understand what someone's root causes are. We have to address gut. We have to address immune system. We got to take the stress off the immune system. We have to fix people's cells, right, by addressing this. So we do that. It's unique. It's different. It's probably unlike anything you've even ever heard before, let alone seen. Okay. Even if you have heard someone talk about it, no one has, honestly, my experience and knows what to do about all of this. Just chronic inflammation alone, right? If you have this undiagnosed or untreated autoimmune condition, just that alone is going to affect your thyroid hormones. It blocks them from getting into your cells, which is where they need to be to do their job, which is run your metabolism. So your thyroid hormone levels may look normal, and they're in the normal range. You're told you're fine. You still have all the symptoms because the hormones aren't getting where they need to go. These are all things that we have to address. So we have to uncover root causes, get you healed up, get to the autoimmune problem, get to the root of it, get the Hashimoto's into remission. That's the approach that we take. It works very, very well. There's just no other way to do it. Medicine doesn't have a treatment for the cause, right? For Hashimoto's. They just prescribe the medications, which are just thyroid hormones, get your labs back into normal, maybe help try and manage your symptoms, send you on your way. And 90% of the time that doesn't work. This may even describe you. You may have been through this, which is why you're watching this video, right? You're looking for solutions. I get it. So if you're struggling with thyroid dysfunction or Hashimoto's, I'm going to offer you a one-on-one appointment with me. Check out this whole website. I got tons of FAQs on here, all that stuff. I'm going to offer you a one-on-one appointment with me. This is not a sales call. It's not. I know there's lots of stuff out there in the internet land. This is not a pushy sales call. This is not pressure. None of that stuff. I'm not going to convince you to be my patient. None of those things. Simply a chance for us to meet, to consult on your specific case. I'll have questions for you. You'll have questions for me. See if what we do, maybe you'd be a good candidate for, see if it makes sense for you. It's not for everybody. So your next step, go ahead and click the button below this video, fill out your information, grab a time slot that's going to fit your schedule. You will meet with me. No assistants, no health coaches, none of that stuff. You will meet directly with me. Now you'll see there is a small charge for this appointment. It's $47. That's merely a placeholder to reserve your spot. I have a very busy practice. I have very limited slots for these consultations available, so I want to ensure that if someone books a time that they're actually going to show up. So I hope that makes sense. But here's the deal. You're never going to lose that, right? That $47. If we meet, it's not a good fit, we don't end up working together, you don't want my help, you don't need my help, no problem. I will give you back your $47. I'll totally refund it. I don't want it. It's just, again, to hold your place. If we do end up moving forward, you're like, cool, I like what I hear, I want your help, then we take that $47 and we just apply it to any fees for your care plan. So go ahead, scroll down, pick a time that works for you. We'll have a virtual consultation. You'll be sent all the information for us to meet over Zoom, and we'll determine if it makes sense for you. All right. I'm going to leave you with this. I use this analogy all the time. If I'm going from California to New York and I don't have a map, how successful do you think I'd be? Right? I'd be all over the place. I'd be lost. I'd be running here, running there. I'd be frustrated. I'd be confused. Right? But if I had a clear blueprint, a clear roadmap, a path, and that's what we're talking about here, that we want to give to patients with thyroid dysfunction and Hashimoto's, we have a much, much better chance of success, right? So navigating this in the medical world, which you've probably done up until now, is like trying to drive to California without a map, or from New York to California without a map. It hasn't worked, right? And you're frustrated and you're lost and you're not getting any better. I've helped thousands of patients over the past decade and a half get this thing solved once and for all. No more medications, no more chemical cover-ups, no more you're fine, there's nothing wrong with you, here's some antidepressants from your doctor. No more of that. It's a failed model. I can't tell you how many patients have come to me with that story over the years. Obviously, you can hear I've heard it before. They dump duffel bags of pills on my desk and they still have all the symptoms. Their root cause was never addressed. All right? We can do better. So go ahead, your next step, go ahead and click the button, fill out your information, and I look forward to meeting with you on our virtual consultation. Take care.